Hello, I want to give you a little disclaimer before you start this video. This video is not any lesson or any teaching that I'll give you. This video is just a podcast about a chapter in our book. So thank you. If this audiobook somehow helped you, please like, share and subscribe. Thank you. Chapter 5: Natural Vegetation and Wildlife. Have you observed the type of trees, bushes, grass and birds in the fields and parks in and around your school? Are they similar or there are variations? India being a vast country, you can imagine the type of bioforms available throughout the country. Our country, India, is one of the 12 mega biodiversity countries of the world. With about 47,000 plant species, India occupies 10th place in the world and 4th in Asia in planet diversity. There are about 15,000 flowering plants in India, which account for 6% in the world's total number of flowering plants. The country has many non-flowering plants such as ferns, algae, and fungi. India also has approximately 90,000 species of animals as well as a rich variety of fish in the fresh and marine waters. Natural vegetation refers to a plant community which has grown naturally without human need and has been left undisturbed by humans for a long time. This is termed as virgin vegetation. Thus, cultivated crops and fruits, orchids from part of vegetation but not natural vegetation. Do you know the virgin vegetation, which are purely Indian, are known as endemic or indigenous species, but those which have come from outside India are termed as exotic plants. The term flora is used to denote plants of a particular region or period. Similarly, the species of animals are referred to as fauna. This huge diversity in flora and fauna kingdom is due to following factors. Land. Land affects the natural vegetation directly and indirectly. Do you expect the same type of vegetation in mountainous, plateau, and plain areas or in dry and wet regions? The nature of land influences the type of vegetation. The fertile level is generally devoted to agriculture. The undulating and rough terrains are areas where grassland and woodlands develop and give shelter to a variety of wildlife. Soil. The soils are also vary over space. Different types of soils provide basis for different types of vegetation. The sandy soils of the desert support cactus and thorny bushes, while wet marshy deltaic soils support mangroves and deltaic vegetation. The hill slopes with some depth of soil have conical trees. Climate, temperature. The character and extent of vegetation are mainly determined by temperature along with humidity in the air. Precipitation and soil. On the slopes of the Himalayas and the hills of the peninsula have the height of 915 meters. The fall in the temperature affect the types of vegetation and its growth and changes it from tropical to subtropical temperate and alpine vegetation. Photoperiod. Sunlight. The variation in duration of sunlight at different places is due to differences in latitude, altitude, season, and duration of the day. Due to longer duration of sunlight, trees grow faster in summer. Precipitation. In India, almost the entire rainfall is brought by the advancing southwest monsoon, June to September, and the retreating northwest monsoon. Areas of heavy rainfall have more dense vegetation as compared to areas of less rainfall. Have you ever thought as to why forests are important for human beings? Forests are renewable resources and play a major role in enhancing the quality of environment. They modify local climate, control soil erosion, regulate stream flow, support a variety of industries, provide livelihood for many communities, and offer panoramic or scenic view for recreation. They control wind force and temperature and cause rains. They provide humus to the soil and shelter to the wildlife. India's natural vegetation has undergone many changes due to several factors, such as the growing demand for cultivated land, development of industries and mining, urbanization, and overgrazing of pastures. The vegetation cover of India, in large part, is no more natural in real sense, except in some inaccessible regions like the Himalayas, the hilly region of the central India, and the Marusthali. The vegetation in most of the areas has been modified at some places, or replaced or degraded by human occupancy. Do you know, according to India's State of Forest Report 2011, the forest cover in India is 21.05%. Types of vegetation. The following major types of vegetation may be identified in our country. 1. Tropical evergreen forest. 2. Tropical deciduous forest. 3. Tropical thorn forest and scrubs. 4. Mountain forest. 5. Mangrove forest. Let's start with tropical evergreen forests. These forests are restricted to heavy rainfall areas of Western Ghats and the island group of Lakshadweep, Andaman and Nicobar, upper parts of Assam and Tamil Nadu coast. They are at their best in areas having more than 200 centimeters of rainfall, with a short dry season. The trees reach great heights up to 60 meters or even above. Since the region is warm and wet throughout the year, it has a luxuriant vegetation of all kinds, trees, shrubs, and creepers giving it a multi-layered structure. There is no definite time for trees to shed their leaves. As such, these forests appear green all the year round. Some of the commercially important trees of this forest are ebony, mahogany, rosewood, rubber, and cinchona. The common animals found in this forest are elephant, monkey, lemur, and deer. On-horned rhinoceros are found in jungles of Assam and West Bengal. Beside these animals, plenty of birds, bats, sloths, scorpions, and snails are also found in this jungle. Tropical deciduous forests. These are the most widespread forests of India. They are also called the monsoon forests and they spread over the region receiving rainfall between 200 cm and 70 cm. Trees of this forest type shed their leaves for about 6 to 8 weeks in dry summer. On the basis of the availability of water, these forests are further divided into moist and dry deciduous. The former is found in areas receiving rainfall between 200 and 100 cm. This forest exists therefore mostly in the eastern part of the country. Northeastern states along the foothills of Himalayas, Jharkhand, West Odisha, and Chhattisgarh, and on the eastern slopes of the Western Ghats. Teak is the most dominant species of this forest. Bamboo, sal, shisham, sandalwood, khair kusum, arjun, and mulberry are other commercially important species. The dry deciduous forests are found in areas having rainfall between 100 cm and 70 cm. These forests are found in rainier parts of the peninsular plateau and the plains of Bihar and Uttar Pradesh. These are open stretches in which teak, sal, peepal, and neem grow. A large part of this region has been cleared for cultivation and some parts are used for grazing. In this forest, the common animals found are lion, tiger, pig, deer, and elephant. A huge variety of birds, lizards, snakes, and tortoises are also found here. The thorn forest and scrubs. In regions with less than 70 cm of rainfall, the natural vegetation consists of thorny trees and mosses. This type of vegetation is found in the northwestern part of our country, including semi-arid areas of Gujarat, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Uttar Pradesh, and Haryana. Acacias, palm, euphorbias, and kaku are the main plant species. Trees are scattered and have long roots penetrating deep into the soil in order to get moisture. The stems are succulent to conserve water. Leaves are mostly thick and small to minimize evaporation. This forest give away to thorn forest and scrubs in arid areas. In this forest, the common animals are rats, mice, rabbits, fox, wolf, tiger, lion, wild ass, horse, and camels. Mountain forest. In mountainous areas, the decrease in temperature with increasing altitude lead to the corresponding change in natural variation. As such, there is a succession of natural vegetation belts in the same order as we seen from tropical to tundra region. The wet temperature type of forests are found between a height of 1000 and 2000 meters. Evergreen broadleaf trees such as oaks and chestnuts predominate. Between 1500 and 3000 meters, temperate forests containing coniferous trees like pine, deodar, silver fir, spruce, and cedar are found. These forests cover mostly the southern slopes of the Himalayas, places having high altitude in southern and northeast India. At higher elevation, temperate grasslands are common. At high altitudes, generally more than 3600 meters above the sea level, temperate forests and grasslands give way to the alpine vegetation. Silver fir, junipers, pines, and beeches are the common trees of this forest. However, they get progressively stunned as they approach the snow line, ultimately through shrubs and scrubs. They merge into the alpine grasslands. These are used extensively for grazing by nomadic tribes like the Gujjars and the Bakarwals. At higher altitudes, mosses and lichens form part of tundra vegetation. The common animals found in this forest are Kashmir stag, spotted deer, wild sheep, jackrabbit, Tibetan antelope, yak, snow leopard, squirrels, sagyhorn, ibex, bear, and rare red panda, sheep and goat with thick hair. Mangrove forests. The mangrove tidal forests are found in the areas of coast influenced by tides, muds, and still get accumulated on such coasts. Dense mangroves are common varieties with roots of the plant submerged underwater. The deltas of the Ganga and the Mahanadi and the Krishna and the Godavari and the Kaveri are covered by such vegetation. In the Ganga Brahmaputra delta, Sundari trees are found which provide durable hand timber. Palm, coconut, Kaura, agar also grow in some parts of the area. Royal Bengal tiger is famous animal in this forest. Turtles, crocodiles, gharials and snakes are also found in this forest. Medicinal plants. India is known for its herbs and species for ancient times. Some 2000 plants have been described in Ayurveda and at least 500 are in regular use. The World Conservation Union's Red List has named 352 medical plants, of which 52 are critically threatened and 49 endangered. The commonly used plants in India are Sarpagandha, used to treat blood pressure, it is found only in India. Jamum, the juice from ripe fruit, is used to prepare vinegar, which is carbonated diuretic and has digestive properties. The powder of the seed is used for controlling diabetes. Arjun, the fresh juice of leaves, is a cure for earache. It's also used to regulate blood pressure. Babul, leaves are used as a cure of eye sores. Its gum uses tonic. Neem has high antibiotic and antibacterial properties. Tulsi is used to cure cough and cold. Kachnar is used to cure asthma and nuclear. The buds and roots are good for digestive problems. Wildlife. Like its flora, India is also rich in its fauna. It has approximately 9,000 animal species. The country has about 2,000 species of birds. They constitute 13% of the world's total. There are 2,546 species of fish, which account for nearly 12% of the world's stock. It also shares between 5 and 8% of the world's amphibians, reptile and mammals. The elephants are the most majestic animals among the mammals. They are found in the hardwood forest of Assam, Karnataka, and Kerala. Unhorned rhinoceros are the other animals which live in swampy and marshy lands of Assam and West Bengal. Arid areas of the run of Kutch and the third desert are the habitat of wild ass and camels, respectively. Indian bison, nilgai, chousingha, gazelle, and different species of deer are some other animals found in India. It also has several species of monkeys. Do you know Wildlife Protection Act was implemented in 1972 in India? India is the only country in the world that has both tigers and lions. The natural habitat of Indian lion are the Great Forest in Gujarat. Tigers are found in the forest of Madhya Pradesh, Sundarbans of West Bengal, and the Himalayan region. Leopards too are member of cat family. They are important among animals of prey. The Himalayan have a hardy range of animals which survive in extreme cold. Ladakh's freezing high altitudes are the home to yak, the shaggy horned wild ox weighing around 1 ton, the Tibetan antelope, the varal, wild sheep, and the kiang. Furthermore, the ibex, bear, snow leopard, and the rare red panda are found in certain pockets. In the river, lakes, and coastal areas, turtle, crocodiles, gharials are found. The latter is the only representative of a variety of crocodile found in the world today. Bird life in India is colorful. Peacocks, pheasants, ducks, parakeets, cranes, and pigeons are some of the birds inhabiting the forest and wetlands of the country. We have selected our crops from a biodiverse environment, from the reserve of edible plants. We also experimented and selected many medicinal plants. The animals are selected from large stock provided by nature as milch animal. They also provided as drought power, transportation, meat and eggs. The fish provide nutritive food. Many insects help in pollination of crops and fruit trees. Exerting biological control on such insects is harmful. Every species has a role in play in ecosystem. Hence, conservation is essential. As has been mentioned earlier, due to excessive exploitation of plant and animal resources by human beings, the ecosystem has been disturbed. About 1,300 plant species are endangered and 20 species are extinct. Quite a few animal species are also endangered, as some have become extinct. The main cause for this major threat to nature is hunting by greedy hunters for commercial purpose. Pollution due to chemical and industrial waste deposits, introduction of alien species, and reckless cutting of the forest to bring land under cultivation and habitation are also responsible for the imbalance. To protect the flora and fauna of the country, the government has taken many steps. 18 biosphere reserve has been set up in the country to protect flora and fauna. 10 out of these, the Sundarbans, Nanda Devi, Gulf of Mannar, the Nilgiri, Nokrek, Great Nicobar, Mannas, Simlipal, Pachmari, and Achunakmar, Amarkantak have been included in the world network of biosphere reserves. Financial and technical assistance is provided to many botanical gardens by the government since 1922. Kutch, Cold Deserts, Sheshanalm, Panna. Project Tiger, Project Rhino, Project Great Indian Bustard, and many other eco-developmental projects have been introduced. 103 national parks, 535 wildlife sanctuaries, and geological gardens are set up to take care of natural heritage. All of us must realize the importance of natural ecosystem for our own survival. It is possible if indiscriminate destruction of natural environment is put to an immediate end.